Reaction to Canada's decision to back away from Kyoto is starting to filter in across the country and here on Vancouver Island. And it's a real cross-section from disappointment to outrage and even relief. CTV's Louise Hartland has that side of the story.
Thousands of kilometers away from home, Canadians in South Africa are being asked shocking questions.
I mean, people say things to us like, wow, it must really be hard to be here and be Canadian. Like, do people judge you? Like, do you feel embarrassed? And that's a really hard thing to hear as a Canadian.
Green and 5 other young Canadians are in Durban for the UN climate conference.
The message across the board is that Canada is the main problem right now in terms of moving forward.
UVic climate scientist Andrew Weaver is very disappointed with Canada's position.
I was saddened that it actually came to reality, not so much because I'm married to any individual policy, but because what it says to the international community about Canada as a nation. It's essentially saying that we're moving away from a reputation as brokers of deals to one of being breakers of deals.
Weaver says the decision to abandon Kyoto will be felt for generations to come.
What does this say to the youth of today? Well, I turn that back and say to the youth of today, this is what you get when you don't show up at our poll on election day and vote.
But this UVic economics professor says Canada did the right thing by pulling out. Kees van Kooten says we have never been taken seriously as an environmental leader, and the country's failure to meet targets proves it.
I think Canada would be foolish to sign on to Kyoto, and if it did, it would do so without any hope whatsoever of meeting any obligation. We cannot afford to let our economy go into the tank.
Canadian environmentalists in Durban disagree.
There's tons of Canadians here, and the majority of Canadians that are here are doing amazing stuff and are working tirelessly to speak out and help the government move in a direction that's positive for the world and for Canada.
They say they will not give up hope. A balance will be found. Louise Hartland, CTV News, Victoria.